Yo, it's Limitless tuning back again with another video. Remember, there's no limit beside the limit you set yourself. And in this video, I'll be installing the intake that I said I was going to install and the TPS sensor, throttle position sensor, so that my car can run better. With a bad TPS sensor, a lot of things can occur with misfiring, backfiring, loss in acceleration, loss in efficiency, and very rough idle. And my car pretty much has all of that. And I was also told that TPS system is bad. So I just went to go buy myself a TPS system to put it in. Hopefully everything started running better. And shout out to Keem. He gave me a whole free intake pipe. And I got a newer air filter to put it on the intake pipe so that it runs more efficient. And I'm going to show you guys the before and after the intake is installed and before and after the TPS is installed. Because right now, my car is backfiring and misfiring. You can hear like pop, 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 pop.
The thing goes pop, and the boom
coming out the tailpipe. I'm gonna show you guys the footage of that and the footage of how the car sounds like without the intake, and then I'm gonna put the intake on, let you guys hear the car rev with the intake on so you guys can hear the difference. Make sure everything is good. Then I'm gonna schedule a dyno appointment, make sure that everything is tuned, runs properly, efficiently, and performing like how it's supposed to with VTEC and all that enabled, so I can start actually having a little bit of fun with the car. But I bet no more wasting time, let's get into it. This how I didn't like. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the idle is kind of weird. It's like it goes up and down just so slightly that you wouldn't even really be able to tell unless you really pay attention to it. But that's because of the throttle position sensor, that's why it's like that. And it's like misfiring right now, it's popping in the tailpipe. I'm gonna show you guys right now so you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's popping out of the tailpipe. But that's because of the throttle position sensor, which I'm gonna be changing out, and let's see if it makes a difference. And this is how the car sounds like with no intake. So yeah, that's how the car sounds like with the faulty TPS and without an intake. You can't really hear the popping as much as you can before because I put the catalytic converter in, and that pretty much silences everything and filters out everything coming out through the exhaust, so you can't feel and hear the pop as much as you would before the catalytic converter was put in. So yeah, the TPS is the reason why the car is idling rough, not accelerating like it's supposed to, and it's not as smooth as it can be. So that's why I'm gonna change out the TPS. It's gonna stop the misfiring, the rough idle, and the acceleration problem it has. And once I put the intake in, the car is going to run even more efficient because it'll be sucking in filtered air compared to just regular non-filtered air, which is bad for the engine. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now, start putting them in. Alright, so for the B series, the TPS is right here. It's this sensor right here. And my TPS is only held on by one bolt. That's 8mm. So I'm going to go ahead and unbolt that right now. Alright, so I just took out the bolt that was holding in the TPS. Only had one bolt holding it in. So now I could just pretty much pull it out, just wiggle it out, and there you go, came right out. Just gotta unplug this first. So once I unplug that, pull it straight out and then replace it. Alright, here are the two TPS sensors side by side. It's the old one and this the new one. And obviously the new one looks a lot newer and not fucked up, while this one,
Jesus Christ,
looks crazy. Got the new gasket and everything too, so it's gonna be a flush fitment. I got new hardware too, so it's gonna be fully bolted in with 2 bolts. So yeah, let's get started and put this in. Alright, so I want to go test fit the TPS. All I gotta do now is put the 2 bolts in place so it doesn't fall off. Alright, so the hardware that came with the TPS that I bought needs to be screwed in by an alley key. So I'm gonna have to find the alley key to screw it in. Alright, so I found the alley key I needed to tighten these. So I'm just tightening it partially because what I was told is that you're actually supposed to calibrate these a certain way to make sure it's running the most efficient that it can. And since I have it partially in, I don't really know how to calibrate it. I'm gonna just, you know, tighten it a bit, and I'm start up the car, see how it goes. And if something doesn't go right, then I'm gonna have to bring it to my peoples that know how to do it so they can do it for me. But I'm gonna go start up the car right now. I got Honda plugged in. Now it's the moment of truth. idle is still fluctuating a little bit, so I guess that's still the same shit as before with the new TPS. Let's see. Oh my god. Alright, so there's good news and there's bad news. The throttle feels way more accurate and it feels smoother, definitely, but it's still idling the same like it was before. Fluctuating a little bit. It seems like it's fluctuating less, but it's still fluctuating a little bit at idle. Like the RPM is like moving just a tiny bit. And Honda's in limp mode again, so I gotta figure out what that is. The only thing I haven't done yet is the intake, so I'm putting the intake right now to see how it sounds like. So all I gotta do is just slide the intake on, tighten it, turn the car, rev the car to hear how the car sounds like after the intake is put in. Let's do that right now. Alright, so I got the intake put in. I literally just had to slide this coupler onto the throttle body and just tighten this strap right here. Tighten it as much as I can so that it stays in place. Even though the setup looks really weird, I'm gonna have to just stick with it for now because I really don't have anything better. So I'm gonna have to work with what I got. Alright, let's turn the car, see how it sounds like. Alright, since the car's not in the best shape, I don't want to rev it like crazy and end up fucking something up. So I just want to give it a little baby rev so you can hear the intake doing its job and for it to make intake noises. Alright, for right now, that's pretty much it for the video. I'm gonna just wrap everything up right here, and then maybe I might add something to the video, maybe not. This might be the end of it. I'm here, just got to the shop right now, and they're gonna pull in the car, plug in the Honda and see why it's in limp mode, and hopefully we solve the issue so I'll be able to drive the car efficiently without any other problems, and finally book a dyno appointment and get my shit tuned. Taking in the shop, let's go.
One eternity later.
Yo, yeah, I'm back, and it's been about a month after the car came out of the shop again, after getting the TPS calibrated. And there is some good news, but mainly very bad news. Let me start up the car so I could, you know, show you guys what I'm talking about, if it even starts. Let's see. It's about to die. So ever since the car came out of the shop after getting a TPS sensor recalibrated, it has been idling crazy low. So I just left the car sitting for a little bit, for about a month now. And that's the first thing I realized. And another thing I realized is that the Honda is having more issues. Even though it's not a limp mode no more because they recalibrated the TPS, the Honda is having connectivity issues. I cannot connect the laptop via USB or Bluetooth at all. It does not register, it does not connect. There's something going on with the connectivity of the Honda. So I'm gonna have to send the Honda back to HA Motorsports so they can figure it out. And I'm gonna be bringing this car to the mechanic shop soon so they can figure out what's going on with this, but a different mechanic shop, because this mechanic shop I've been going to, they've been selling the bag, yo. I don't know what the hell they doing, but somehow they managed to fuck something up. So therefore, I'm gonna just have to go to a different mechanic shop. Yeah, that's the conclusion. Let's see where this journey takes us. I'm trying to get everything fixed up so I can bring it to the dyno shop and get my shit tuned already, but the process is getting delayed like crazy. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Peace. See y'all in the next one.